What up, YouTube? You already know. Big Lou tapping back in. What it do? With Big Lou and MZR2. Baby, baby. Baya. So, check it out. Thumbnail, none other than Clarissa Shields. Man, this girl just, when it comes to boxing, the female boxing, there's none other than Clarissa Shields and Amanda Serrano. You know, Amanda Serrano, 7 division world champion. And on the flip side, Clarissa Shields just continues to win and win and win and win, right? Uh-oh, what happened here? So last night she fought in Detroit and she won the heavyweight title, the WBC heavyweight title, women's heavyweight title, and the WBO women's light heavyweight title. I don't know how that's possible, but nonetheless, she did it, right? To add to her, to add to her ton of hardware that she already has, right? This girl's got a ton of titles already. Well decorated. You know what I'm saying? By far. So she fought. Let me give you a little background on what happened last night. So this is an article from the Detroit News. The Detroit News serving Michigan since 1873. So Clarissa Shields made history again Saturday night at Little Caesars Arena, defeating Vanessa LePage Jones by technical knockout in the second round to secure the WBC Women's Heavyweight title and the WBO Light Heavyweight title, like I just mentioned. The knockout was the third of Shields' career. And first since she knocked out Nikki Adler, in the fifth round on August 4, 2017. Shields now holds a record of 15-0, while LePage Jones drops to 22-3-1. Detroit singer and rapper Dej Loaf walked Shields out, performing her hit song "Try Me," while the Detroit Pistons drumline followed. The crowd in Little Caesars Arena went wild, with fans getting to their feet to see history be made. In the first round, the fighters got off to a slow start, just feeling each other out. Shields threw just a couple of punches and caught LePage Jones, but the match continued. I seen the first round. I had went out there very, very cautious, Shields said. I'm not a dumb fighter. Vanessa's arms and her legs and her back, everything was bigger than mine. So it was bigger, but I guess it wasn't stronger. I was paying attention to that, and I was like, you know what? I know she's going to come in swinging hard. I believe in every fight, every person has 10% factor of knocking somebody out. So I felt like she had a 10% factor, and I didn't want to get knocked out. In the second round, Shields picks up her speed, executing fast and strong punches. LePage Jones could not keep up with Shields' speed and was knocked down 3 times before the match was stopped. I was shocked second round that she just tried to run up on me, Shields said. But I knew when she ran up on me in the second round, I was about to start beating her up to the body, because I do feel her shots, even though she is missing. I was feeling the wind off. Of them, so I said, you know what? She's a little heavy, so I was about to start breaking her down to the body, but her chin just couldn't stand up when I got to landing those headshots, and I seen she was really hurt. In my mind, I said, let's go on and let's finish this. And did she finish it? The bout was Shields' first boxing match since she defeated Marcela Cornejo by unanimous decision on June 3rd, 2023 at Little Caesars Arena. Shields went 2-1 in MMA fights since that last boxing match. Shields is the first woman ever to simultaneously hold the middleweight and heavyweight titles. Shields said the new belt will prompt decisions as to whether she decides to stay in the heavyweight division. I would imagine whatever she's making more money at, what division, or a lot of things come into factor. The next move. We got 10 days to decide, Shields said. Of course, I think I can compete at any weight class, and it is some tough challenges out at heavyweight. So I'm going to let me and my team put our minds together and see what's the best choice and what makes the best sense. But if we wanted to come back here in December and fight one of the other girls who got a world title of at heavyweight, I wouldn't be against that. But the newfound power does feel good. Okay, so sometimes with fighters, I've mentioned this before. Sometimes you see a guy, sometimes they go up and down in weight. I mean, excuse me. Usually, you know, um, the difference between a weight class usually 7 pounds, right? But it depends. I don't know what the women's what they're weighing at. But men, for example, if you go from you know welterweight to super welterweight or junior middleweight, whatever you want to call it, that's a 7 pounds. That's a 7 pound swing, right? And then the next weight class up is 6 pounds at middleweight, and then super middleweight 168, and then light heavyweights 175, and then cruiserweights 190, right? And now bridger weight is 205, I believe, but that's only in WBC. Uh, that's only sanctioned body that has the bridger weight. So most of the divisions are like the lower divisions is like 4 pounds. Once you hit lightweight 135, then it goes 140 at junior welter, and then 147 at welterweight. So sometimes some of these fighters can just going up one division, it really can affect their punching power sometimes. Um, they might be a knockout artist at 140, but then they go up to 147. They don't have the same type of power. For example, Lomachenko at 130, 135, or excuse me, at 130, 126, 130, he was knocking people out. The power was there. Go up to 140, it's not there as much. It's not there. I don't know if it's because he's getting older, but usually power is the last thing that leaves a boxer. So, like I said, it just depends on the fighter. It just depends. Sometimes, look at Benavidez, Dave Benavidez. He's been fighting at 168 for so many years. He goes up to 175. He only fights one time at 175, and everybody's just writing him off. That he's not the monster at 175. That was his first time fighting at 175. But my point to all that is it can really show sometimes the sluggishness of going up in weight. Sometimes not only the sluggishness, sometimes if you didn't train properly and you went up in weight, that's when the sluggishness will show. If your stamina wasn't on point like it normally is, a lot of that stuff comes into play, right? But then just the fact is, Danny Garcia, for example, 140, he was knocking a lot of people out. 147, he knocked some people out. But now that he's at 154, his power is not the same, in my opinion. And it could be because he's getting older as well. But like I said, power is usually the last thing that leaves a fighter. But as far as his boxing skills, when he fought Benavidez Jr., Jose Benavidez Jr., he looked good. He controlled the whole fight. Should have been an unanimous decision, but for whatever reason, it was a split decision. So, like Carissa Shields was saying that she went up in weight. She's fighting a heavyweight. She's expecting because the way she's looking across the ring at her opponent at LePage, she's got bigger arms, bigger legs, bigger back. She was a little bit shorter, but she's expecting that that she's just gonna walk through her, dog walk her. But no, that's not the case. Sometimes the craft, your skill set as being a boxer can definitely keep an opponent off, even if they're stronger and more power. Because if you're beating them to the punch with that jab, they're not able to set up anything powerful. Where they'll have to start getting, if they get frustrated, they start grabbing you, they start trying to manhandle you, push you different type of ways that sometimes the ref will step in and not allow that type of stuff. So it just depends. Everything's just a big thing on depending on who's fighting, how they fight, how they trained. When they went up in weight, how was the weight cut? Also, did they put a lot of weight on before the fight, between the weigh-ins and the fight? You know what I'm saying? They were saying that Haney was weight bullying or something like that. He was coming in, 16, 20 pounds heavier the next day, which I used to see that all the time with James Toney and other fighters, what I'm saying, when I was a youngster kid, so it's just, I don't know. I guess you can put that towards this generation. They say they're more softer than, I don't know if that's really what it is. I'm just throwing some stuff out there, maybe get some reaction from other people. Hopefully we see Nick M and a couple other people that like to comment on my boxing videos. But nonetheless, doesn't take away nothing. Anything I said right now takes away nothing what she did last night by becoming the WBO light heavyweight women's champ and the WBC heavyweight women's champ, to go along with her middleweight titles and all the other titles she got. She's got a lot of hardware. You know what I'm saying? A ton. And like I said, she's definitely got to be in the conversation with the GOAT, even though she's only got 15 pro fights. 15 pro fights, she's damn near got a belt for each fight she's won. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Amanda Serrano. I think Miranda Serrano probably got the edge on her because her career is like 3 times, 40 something plus fights, 7 division world champion. You know what I'm saying? But this video is not about that. This video is just to say, tip my hat off to Claressa Shields and her team and what they've accomplished thus far in this short career, on top of having 2 gold medals, right? Olympic gold medals. I believe 2 gold medals. I know she has 2 gold medals, but are they both Olympics? I'm not sure about that. One might be a World Games and one might be Olympics. If not, then they're both 2 Olympics. Nonetheless, it doesn't take away. She got 2 gold medals, which international competition, right? All the countries, when they come together for the games and of course for the Olympics. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on out on this one, and I might be coming back through with another one a little later.